So welcome, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining once again for our morning Srimad Bhagavatam session. Today we are reading from Canto 1, chapter number 14, The Disappearance of Lord Krishna. We are beginning our discussion from text number 10 today. We have already discussed 1 to 9. पश्योत्पातान् नरव्याघ्र दिव्यान् भौमान् सदैहिकान् दारुणान् समस्तो दुराद् भयं नो बुद्धिमोहनम्. Padma Mataji, you want to read English translation? If you can unmute. No, you can't. Okay, Preeti, you want to read?
Hare Krishna. Just see, O man with a tiger's strength, how many miseries due to celestial influence, earthly reaction, and bodily pains, all very dangerous in themselves, are forbidding danger in near future by deluding our intelligence.
Wow. How many of you understand what's happening here? If you read this translation, oh man, with a tiger's strength, how many miseries due to celestial influences, earthly reaction, and bodily pains. Very dangerous. See, we are sitting in our yatra in the palace of Hastinapur, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Bhima. So we are sitting there. What's happening is discussion between Yudhishthir Maharaj and Bhima. And what we have discussed a few verses so far, that Arjuna went to Dwarka to see some of his friends, to see Lord Sri Krishna. Krishna's mission, Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Chadaskritam Dharma Sansthapanarthaya. Krishna's mission to establish Dharma, to protect devotees, and to destroy the miscreants, the Asuras, the Asuri Vritti people that's accomplished. So Arjuna is eternal companion of Krishna, and to find out what is his next project, what are his next activities, Arjun goes to Dwarka, and he hasn't returned. Here we saw yesterday that Yudhishthir Maharaj is mentioning to Bhima that 7 months have passed, but there are no news of Arjuna returning. There is no news of Krishna or from Dwarka. So Yudhishthir Maharaj, during that 7 months, now he is observing some bad omens, the bad signs in the kingdom. We saw that how Yudhishthir Maharaj is ruling, Parikshit Maharaj is growing. It has about 35 years. We saw previous chapter that Parikshit Maharaj is growing, and Pandavas, Yudhishthir Maharaj, at this particular situation, he observes the bad signs in the kingdom. What were the bad signs? There was disruption in the seasonal regularities. The seasons, summer, winter, autumn, spring, there was disruption in the seasonal regularities. People have become more greedy, angry. There was cheating, fraud was going on. There was misunderstanding between family members, the father and the son, two brothers. The quarrel started between husband and wife. All these things Yudhishthir Maharaj observes, and he is telling to Bhima that Arjun hasn't returned for 7 months, and I am observing these signs. Does that mean that Narad Muni gave a hint that Krishna will be departing soon? Does that mean it's the time that Krishna is going to wind up his earthly pastime, his Leela, and he's leaving the planet? So he's thinking all this. And if you stay in the yatra, stay in the context of the story, then it will be very easy for us to connect the sloka as well as maintain the interest in Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, It will feel like boring. Same thing. Three modes of material nature, karma, devotional service. वही चीजें आती रहती. But if you see that how this Yudhishthir Maharaj is mentioning to Bhima कि अभी ऐसा लग रहा है कि Narad Muni's prediction was there that Krishna will be departing soon, and it feels like that time has come. And when he's observing this bad omens, he's telling this particular text. Yudhishthir Maharaj is telling to Bhima that how many miseries due to celestial influences, earthly reactions, and bodily pains. Celestial influences means excessive heat, cold, rain, or sometimes no rain, and then because of that, all the uh, earthly reactions, because of heavy rain or no rain, because of excessive heat, there is a bodily as well as earthly reactions to it, and this is all being um, observed by Yudhishthir Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport here, very beautiful. Srila Prabhupada writes that material advances in current modern civilization means this advancement of these miseries, like this celestial, no rain or less rain and excessive heat and all these problems. Material advances of civilization means advancement of miseries of these three modes or miseries of this world. How do we understand that? We see in the news sometimes the politician, they go in the news, the reporters, photographers, everyone is there, and they are opening a new prison in Victoria, very big, very massive. There are 1,000 cells. It can accommodate up to 5,000 prisoners, and it will come into the news. Very big facility has been opened by the minister of the local government. But what does it show? If they are opening up a big prison, that means there is lots of crime happening in this particular state. There is lots of people with the bad habits. They are criminals, and instead of being proud of opening a prison house, it should be seen as the whole crime state in the society has become out of control, and that's why there is a need of so material advancement of civilization means advancement of problem. Even hospitals, sometimes they open a very big hospital, cancer hospital or new hospital with thousands of beds, and it can accommodate this, and the budget has been approved. It comes in the news and the reporters and photographers and everything, but what does it show? That the government has failed to maintain the healthy state of the people of this state. The government has failed, and that's why there was a need of thousands of bed and hospitals and all those things. So material advancement means the first line of the purport Prabhupada mentions, that means advancement of the reactions of the three modes of material nature. And this is what Yudhishthir Maharaj is mentioning, that I am observing all these signs in the kingdom. Let's do text number 11. Aditi Mataji hai kya? No. Okay. Radhika Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Urva akshi bahavumayam sfuranti anga puna puna vepathuschapi hridaye aradashyanti viprayam. The left side of my body, my thighs, arm, and eyes are all quivering again and again. I'm having heart palpitations due to fear. All this indicates undesirable happenings. Hare Krishna.
So Yudhishthir Maharaj is telling to Bhima again that the left side of my body, my thighs, arms, and eyes are quivering again and again, and the heart palpitations are due to fear. So Yudhishthir Maharaj, these are the bad signs. Sometimes it is mentioned few places in our scriptures as well, that sometimes we have like a sensation in the body, for if in the men or in the male body, if it's on the left hand side like this querying or some feeling, that means something bad is happening. If it's on the right side, something good is going to come. Or the female is the other way around, right side, something is bad happening. So these are like signs mentioned in the scriptures, few places it comes. And the heart palpitations beating very fast because of fear, because of all these fearful signs, Yudhishthira Maharaj is fearful and the heart starts beating faster. Have you ever experienced, heart palpitations becoming very fast? I know exactly myself when I was speaking for the first time few years back. Out of fear, I couldn't speak and my heart was beating so faster. I can literally feel the high speed of the heart beating and I can hear the beatings, very fast, because fear of public speaking and the heart palpitations goes very fast. And some other fearful situations also, the heart starts beating faster. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that this kind of situations where there is a fear, these are the undesirable situations. People do not desire like this fearful situation in this world. But material world is like that. A person living in the material world will bring fear. That is how the material world is designed. No one desires, but the fearful situations, unwanted, undesirable situations will come in life. Prabhupada gives the analogy in the purport about the forest fire, that people do not desire the forest fire. No one lights up from outside, but it just happens. The forest fire, it happens. Undesirable things will come, just like the forest fire will happen because of the two dry sticks or because of the excessive heat. It will automatically start. Now, when we are living in this world and when these undesirable things are happening to us, what do? Just like in the forest fire, we don't have to stay in the forest in that fearful fire situation and try to extinguish. If you see, even the summer is starting now, the campaign with the, even in state of Victoria, I know at least where we are, that, if there is a forest fire, they ask people just to leave. Don't wait, don't delay, just leave. That's what the instruction is given by the government. In the same way here, we don't have to sit in the forest fire of these undesirable situations in this material world. We have to go. Why? Because no amount of human effort can extinguish this huge forest fire. All that a person is to do is to run. And what will extinguish the forest fire? God or Lord will send the clouds and then the rain will happen, and that can only extinguish the forest fire. So they have to just wait for the summer season to end. The Lord will send the clouds, the rain will happen, and then the forest fire will be extinguished. In the same way, in our life, the whole material world is like a forest. Samsara dava nalalidha loka Tranaya karunya ghana ghana tvam praptasya kalyana gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanara Vindam. Samsara Dhavanal. This material world is like a forest fire. Samsara Dhavanal Lida Loka. Tranaya Karunya Ghana Ganato. Just like in the forest fire, what happens? The Lord sends the cloud and the rain happens that can extinguish the fire. In the same way, in the people of this material world, in our life, in the undesirable situation, Lord will send a Guru, and then his mercy, his knowledge, his ashirwad, blessings, that will extinguish the forest fire where we are in. Otherwise, no amount of human effort. अपने दम से हम कितना भी ट्राई कर लेंगे, फाइनेंसेस, तन मन धन और संबंध, कितना भी ट्राई कर लेंगे ये सब सॉर्ट आउट करने का, there will be always some problem. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that only by the mercy of the Guru and by his blessing, Tranaya Karunya Ghana Ganadvan Praptasya Kalyana. What is the last line? Vande Guru Shri Charanara. That's why, we offer our obeisances to the Guru. Every morning we sing. That's very important. All right, 12. Actually, 12, 13, 14, 15. Prabhupada also doesn't write the purport. It's the bad omens observed by Yudhishthir Maharaj. Anirvan Prabhu, Sanskrit you and Mataji, English translation. 12, 13, 14, 15. चार कर सकते हैं.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Dhanvat Pranam Prabhuji, Hare Krishna all devotees, Dhanvat Pranam. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shivaishodyantamadityam abhiroti analanana mamang sarameyoyam abhirebhatyabhiruvat. Translation. Just see, O Bhima, how the she-jackal cries at the rising sun and vomits fire, and how the dog barks at me fearlessly. Text 13. Text 13. Shastaha kurvanti mam savyam dakshinam pashavo pare vahamscha purusha vyaghra lakshaye rudato mama. Translation. O Bhimasena, tiger amongst men. Now useful animals like cow are passing me on my left side, and lower animals like the asses are circumambulating me. My horses appear to weep upon seeing me. मृत्युदूतः कपोतोऽयम् उलूकाः कम्पयन्मनः प्रत्युलूकश्च कुहुवानेर्विश्वं वैशून्यमिच्छतः. Translation of 14. Just see, this pigeon is like a messenger of death. The shrieks of the owls and their rival crows make my heart tremble. It appears that they want to make a void of the whole universe. Text 15. Text 16. Dhrumadishah paridhayah kampate bhuhu sahatribihi nirghatascha maham stata sakam cha stana yitnubhihi. Translation. Just see how the smoke encircles the sky. It appears that the earth and mountains are throbbing. Just hear the cloudless thunder and see the bolts from the blue. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, what a fearful science. Yudhishthira Maharaj is explaining all this in details, that how she-jackal is crying. Normally the jackal cries at night, but she-jackal is crying at the rising sun. And the dog is barking at him fearlessly on the king. And he's having heart palpitations out of fear. And its left hand is quivering. So what do we see from here? अभी देखो and oh tiger, the Vyagra, what is it? Purusha Vyagra, the tiger among men, that means Bhima, the person with the full strength. It is said Bhima's one hand had the strength of 1,000 elephants, and that is with him. Abhi, if you can imagine the situation, Yudhishthir Maharaj, king of the whole world, sitting in a palace where there is jewels, golden laces. We saw how the description of the jewels, how the palace is described before. Bhima, the person with the strength, sitting next to him. क्या नहीं है उसके पास? Fame is there, position is there, wealth is there, strength is there, all the friends, everyone is there with him. But he is fearful. But he is quivering. His heart is beating faster and he is observing all these signs. Can we relate to anything? Can we relate to our own life or our own civilization, what we live in currently? Everything is present. We see many people having house, wealth, everything, especially in Australia where we are, or America, some of you, that everything is there, but the life is fearful. The happiness is not there. The satisfaction is not there. So what we see here at Yudhishthir Maharaj, when Krishna left, all these signs coming and he became, until Krishna is there, everything is fine. Krishna has gone, the fearful situation has come in the life. In the same way, dear devotees, in our life as well, when Krishna is there, everything is there. Happiness is there, satisfaction is there, peacefulness is there. But if Krishna is not present in the life, even though having everything, सब कुछ होते हुए बाद भी, a person will be scared, a person will be fearful, and that is what we see. Here, अगर कृष्णा नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं, शांति भी नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं. If Krishna is there, everything is peaceful and happy. And Yudhishthir Maharaj is experiencing this. Even though he has the wealth, power, fame, strength, everything, still he is fearful. Let's do 16 and 17. Some more signs of the bad omens are being described. Krishna Prabhu, 16, 17, Sanskrit and English.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Vayurvati karasparsho rajasa visrijam stama ashrigvarshanti jalada bibhatsam iva sarvataha. Translation. The wind blows violently, blasting dust everywhere and creating darkness. Clouds are raining everywhere with bloody disasters. Text 17. Suryam hata prabham pashya graha mardam mitho divi sasankulair bhutaganair jvalite iva rodasi. Translation. The rays of the sun are declining and the stars appear to be fighting amongst themselves. Confused living entities appear to be ablaze and weeping. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So more and more, the wind blows violently, the blasting, the dust is going everywhere and because of the dust blowing by the wind, it's creating darkness. The clouds are raining everywhere with bloody disasters. So more signs Yudhishthir Maharaj. Prabhupada is not writing the purport because it's just continuation of all the bad signs. Oh, Aditi Mataji, welcome. You are at your workplace. Can I request you to read 18, 19, 20?
I'll try to. Hare Krishna. Can you hear me though?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Text 18. Nadyo nadascha shubhita saramsi cha manamsi cha najvalti agner ajena kaluyam kim vidhasyati. Translation. Rivers, tributaries, ponds, reservoirs, and the mind are all perturbed. Butter no longer ignites fire, but is this extraordinary time? What is going to happen? Text 19. Na pibanti stanam vatsa na duyanti cha matara rudanti ashru mukha gavo narishyanti risabhavraje. Translation. The calves do not suck the teats of the cows, nor do the cows give milk. They are standing crying, tears in their eyes, and the bulls take no pleasure in the pasturing grounds. Text 20, sorry. Devatani rudanti vaspidyanti hi uchalanti cha ime jana pada gramaha purodyana karashramaha Prashtashriyo nirandaha kim agham darshanti naha. Translation. The deities seem to be crying in the temple, lamenting and perspiring. They seem about to leave. All the cities, villages, towns, gardens, mines, and the hermitages are now devoid of beauty and bereft of all happiness. I do not know what sort of calamities are now awaiting us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. It seems your people at your workplace also will be listening to Bhagavatam when you recite now. Make sure you don't get into the trouble. You are at your workplace.
It's all good. I'm in the storeroom, Prabhu.
No problem. So, what are the signs mentioned here? The cows are not drinking milk. Oh, the calves. And the cows are not even giving milk. They are standing, crying, tears in the eyes. Bulls take no pleasure in pasturing grounds. Butter is not igniting fire. The deity seems to be crying. Dekho kitna, the signs, all these details are. It is said in many, many places, actually, in scriptures, we see like these signs are being mentioned. That means something is bad going to happen. Some inauspicious signs come, and that's the indication that some some terrible news is coming, or some inauspicious things is already happened or is going to happen. It's one particular situation when Krishna goes to Karna before the war. When Krishna goes to Karna to tell him that you are Kunti Putra and you should fight from the Pandavas side, and you are the oldest one. You come to the Pandava. Krishna's aim was to reduce the bloodshed. Instead of Karna fighting from the Duryodhana side, if he comes on the Pandava side, then he gives him the option, he gives the information that you are actually Kunti Putra, you are the oldest one. If you come this side, winning is guaranteed, you will win the war, you will become the king. But Karna says, no, when I had no one, Duryodhana took care of me. I have to be loyal to Duryodhana. And then he refuses that. But at that particular, in Mahabharata, that particular discussion, Karna is observing and mentioning similar signs. He is telling Karna, I can see the horses are crying. I can see the elephants are weeping. I can see the atmosphere is filled with heavy wind and the dust is carried by the wind. He mentions few. The sun looks very dim. The jackals are crying. All these things he mentions very similar if you see the explanation in Karna. And then Karna says also, all these signs, all these bad omens clearly indicates, and I know Kauravas will lose the war. Pandavas are going to win the war because you yourself, Krishna, are on the other side. But I have to be loyal to Duryodhana. He knew the result, but he wanted to be loyal to Duryodhana. Even Dhritarashtra, it is mentioned in the scriptures. Before the war, Dhritarashtra was also having like this bad omens or bad signs. He was having bad dreams. His mind was full of fear. His heart full of fear because of this. He knew what was going to happen. All the bad signs were coming, and Karna actually mentions that Duryodhan, even though he has been given good advice, he is not listening. And that sign shows that failure or destruction is coming. When a person is given a good sign or a good advice, किसी को कुछ अच्छा बोलते हैं, उसके भले के लिए बोलते हैं. If we are giving something good for his own or her own benefit, and if a person is not listening, that means it's guaranteed there is some failure or some bad things is going to happen to that person, because वो सुनने के लिए ready नहीं है. Simple example is two examples I can give to the child. If a parent is telling study nicely, your exam is coming, study nicely, focus nicely, don't waste time. But if a child don't listen, then guaranteed there will be no good marks in the exam. Or in the employee or employer level, as a manager will tell the employee that perform nicely as at work, your performance is not good. But if the employee doesn't listen, that means guaranteed failure or loss of job is coming. So here Karna is mentioning that Duryodhan was given a good advice, but he did not listen to it, and that sign, that bad omen, is enough to understand that the destruction is going to happen, the failure will come. More signs going on. 21 and 22 we will do, and then we will stop. Text number 21. Manya eter mahot pater nunam bhagavatah pade ananya purusha shribhir hina bhur hata saubhaga. Anumataji, you want to read 21 translation?
Sure, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone. I think that all these earthly disturbances indicate some greater loss to the good fortune of the world. The world was fortunate to have been marked with the footprints of the lotus feet of the Lord. These signs indicate that this will no longer be.
So he knows, Yudhishthir Maharaj, that all these earthly disturbances are indicating there is a greater loss to the good fortune of the whole world. When Krishna was present, it was the good fortune of the whole world. When Krishna is present in the family, that's good fortune of the family. When Krishna is present in the life of a person, that means there is a good fortune in the life of a person. But this signs indicates that some disturbance is coming. The world was fortunate to be marked with footprints of the lotus feet of Lord. But ये signs सब बताते हैं कि this will no longer be. So the Narad Muni gave the indication to Yudhishthira Maharaj. He is understanding. But अभी क्या होता है next text number 22. इति चिन्तयतस्तस्य दृष्टारिस्तेन चेतसा राज्ञः प्रत्यागमद्ब्रह्मन् यदुपूर्या कपि ध्वजः. Rohit Prabhu, you want to read English translation?
Hare Krishna, everyone. O Brahmana Shaunaka, while Maharaja Yudhishthira, observing the inauspicious signs on the earth at that time, was thus thinking to himself, Arjuna came back from the city of the Yadus, Dwarka.
क्या हुआ? When Yudhishthira Maharaj is observing all these bad signs, sitting in the palace, talking to Bhima about ये सब हो रहा, and he is thinking, क्या Krishna, have Krishna left this planet? He is thinking in his mind, talking to Bhima, sitting in the palace. At that time, Arjun comes back into the palace. And what Arjun does, what he talks, what Yudhishthira Maharaj asks him, and how he responds, we will see tomorrow. Lots of bad signs, lots of bad omens are going on. देखो अभी अर्जुन क्या बोलता है and Yudhishthira Maharaj, and how very tactfully Arjun doesn't ask क्या हुआ बता दो, or Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling has Krishna departed? Not very straight away. Let's see what's happening. All right, we'll stop at 20. See, Prabhupada doesn't write purport in all these verses today because they are just the signs. Abhi text number 28, so Prabhupada is writing the purport. All right, I will pause here at 22. We will start from 23 tomorrow. Any additions if I have forgotten some points?
It's very scary, Prabhuji. We don't also listen to good advice, and this is a bad sign.
That point struck me as well. Yes, Jackal is crying, wind, dust, all these things are there. But Karna is mentioning this. This is the sign of a failure or a destruction when someone is not listening to the good advice. But the prediction हो जाता है ना, ये सुना नहीं तो अभी ये होगा उसके साथ. We also know this is a future prediction sign in our life, but that is there. But all these things, we have to relate in our life. We are sitting in our yatra in the palace of Yudhishthira Maharaj, but we have to understand that if Krishna is not present in our life, there is guaranteed failure, destruction, problems, all these bad signs will be there. Yeah. Anyone else? Chala. Okay. Thank you so much. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, devotees.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone.